be the best today.
Absolutely gorgeous morning. I am so excited for this video. I've been wanting to make this for a while, but we had to hold off for a little bit. But I'm very excited for this video. Come on. All right. So now a lot of y'all know I just got done with 75 hard. It's not really a diet, but you do have to eat well. So I've been wanting to come here for a long time. I've been wanting to come here for a long time. It's been on the books. I needed to make a stop.
For cinnamon rolls.
Gosh, what are you doing in here?
Filling donuts. Then I'm gonna put chocolate on them.
Okay, so yeah, Babs works here. She is just killing it. She's becoming like the donut connoisseur. But that's the second part. That's just us. But this, I want y'all to know more about Richy Kreme. This place is awesome. So Richy Kreme Donut, founded in 1948 by Mary and Richardson. This used to be a drive-in. It was more than just donuts. It was hot dogs, hamburgers, fries. You could get a donut on the side though. It's been a local staple here in Maryville. And it was founded by Mary and Richardson, a Blunt native, and it exchanged hands back in 2017 with big hopes of kind of becoming a chain and expanding, and just things never panned out, right? That was until Dustin bought it. Dustin Cochran, the new owner of Richy Kreme, purchased Richy Kreme and is just totally bringing back the old school feel to it, just revamping it and just giving it that local vibe again, which is so awesome. And that's why I wanted to do a video here. Babs is working here. That's a big announcement on our part, but more or less, like, I wanted to highlight Dustin and all the good things he's doing here, because who doesn't love a donut, right? All right, this is Dustin, owner of Richy Kreme. Dustin, why donuts? Like, what brought you to Richy Kreme?
So I was working on opening a bakery in Florida. I had done a letter of intent to open one in Claremont. Was really interested in doing bread and looking for an opportunity to own my own business, particularly my own bakery. I love to bake, love to cook, was a chef for many years. And this was a great entry point to break into that and get into living my dream and eventually having an artisan bread bakery in Knoxville.
And when he says he loves to bake, like, he's not joking. Like, you come in here and obviously there's donuts being made. He pulls hot bread out of the oven, which is like your own recipe you've been working on forever, right? Which is the most amazing bread I've ever had. There's cookies. He has cookies. He's starting cookies, which is grandma, right?
Yep, correct.
Grandma Myrtle. And he describes it in the paper of her cruising in her Monte Carlo with a cigarette, cruising to the mall. You know grandma. Grandma was, as you said, a badass. But yeah, he just loves baking, right? And that's what you're kind of looking to expand with now, is cookies, bread maybe down the line eventually. But for now it's been donuts, and you're just kind of trying to bring that feel back, the original Richy Kreme feel back, right?
Yeah, so we got super lucky. I purchased this business from the family that owned Richy Kreme. And they had done amazing renovations. We have a couple murals outside. It's just gorgeous. The building is gorgeous. The equipment is amazing. But when I bought it, they had the original recipes handwritten from 1948. And I decided that I wanted to honor those because they're iconic and they're literally legendary around here. People love them. They tell us stories all the time of how they met here. They love to come here. The donuts remind them of their childhood. So we make that same recipe from 1948 every day. We make them by hand. And that, I love the science behind it, figuring out how they did it back then, how the donut was so good. But that's really an entry point to do all the baking and things I want to do in the future.
So now the original, were they not using the original recipe?
They were using a version of it. The particular recipe has a lot of water in it. That's what makes it different. The dough is very soft.
Okay.
I had an instructor in college. She would say the wetter you can handle the dough, the better it will be.
Okay.
So I remembered that as I was testing it. The big difference is there's a lot more water in this. It's super soft. Even if you pick one of these guys up, they'll really stretch very easily. So they're very easy to ruin. It just takes a lot of skill to handle them correctly.
That's kind of like the signature is the donut's not perfect. Like it's not a perfect donut because like you see like he's doing them all by hand. You roll it out, each donut, you know, there's no perfect shape to it. And that's what's kind of cool. Like
yeah, it is cool.
And it doesn't stop at just the regular traditional donuts. You guys do filled donuts,
yep.
Specialty donuts with maple on them, with chocolate, with sprinkles. You got stuff for Easter for kids. Cinnamon rolls.
Yep.
Cinnamon rolls are fantastic. This is one of the best rolls I've had. I mean, those things like they're just a wholesome cinnamon roll. Like, it's so good. Like I love it with a cup of coffee. It's amazing.
This is one of my favorite recipes. When I was a chef in hospitals and at University of Tennessee and different places, I would come in and make these once in a while for our staff. I had never really made them to sell. I just always made them for my crew, and they loved it. And it lived on. There's people from Florida, HR director from Florida, the last place I worked at. She will comment about how she misses these and how wonderful they are. But this is the first time I've ever made them, for someone else to purchase. And we think it's a great recipe.
You have two cinnamon rolls, right? Like a donut
we
cinnamon
do.
roll?
Yeah.
So they have a donut cinnamon roll and then the traditional cinnamon roll.
Yeah, the one looks more like a honey bun. We actually have
Okay.
the dough over there.
We'll take you over to the other side. There's actually two sides. This used to be the original. They didn't do anything over there, right?
There was a drive-in at one point. This was the restaurant. They did hamburger baskets and hot dog baskets, and you got a day-old donut, which was pretty cool. But then eventually this became an accounting office and was something else.
Okay.
The people I bought it from renovated this. This is our production kitchen, which is awesome. We have these huge windows where you can see us working.
Yep.
I see the sunrise every morning. It's amazing. And then next door we have our retail outlet for everybody.
That's cool because I remember when we first came, you actually got the donuts on this side from like a little window over there,
Yeah, a little
right?
pickup window.
And then so he kind of revamped the other side to be selling where the donuts are. So we'll take you over there, and that way you can take a look at that one. Okay, so he said, first guy this morning, 5 dozen donuts right out the gate. Bam. What has been your busiest day? Like, how many donuts have you sold in a day?
The Saturday before Valentine's Day, we did over 4,000 donuts.
4,000 donuts. Valentine's Day, huh? That's a big
Yep.
donut. Guys, I mean, girls too. Donuts. All right, Valentine's Day. 4,000 donuts. That is wild. They're open every day except for Monday.
Correct.
What time do you open? 6?
6 a.m.
6 a.m. every morning?
Yep, every morning.
Every morning, and they close
At 2 or unless we sell out.
Yeah, unless they sell out. They do sell out. You guys sell out often.
Couple times a week.
What's the best donut? What's the best seller?
So we make our own cream. It's a white cream, sort of like an icing, and we make our own fudge. So we have a white cream filled chocolate fudge donut. It's by far number one.
I haven't had that one yet. I've had the just traditional with chocolate glaze. The fudge is amazing, and that's what it is. It's like a true fudge.
It is. Yeah, we make it in like about 180 quarts a week of fudge.
180. That's a lot of fudge. Oh my goodness. And then, the cookies. That's what I forgot to ask. It's like a half pound?
Yeah, we'll have to get you a photo of some of those. We have, right now we're working on a brown butter sugar cookie. It's the best cookie I've ever eaten. And then we've got a dark brown sugar chocolate chip sea salt cookie. We also have a lemon cookie and an oatmeal craisin cookie. Those are the ones we've tested so
This
far.
guy is just doing the Lord's work. I mean, this is just amazing. And you're going to be at a couple farmers markets coming up.
Yep.
See what you can get out there. And then there's a big thing in Knoxville. What was the name of it? It's like an outdoor...
It's a food hall. It's called Kern's, Experience Kern's Bakery. Kern's Bakery opened in the 1930s, maybe 1938.
Okay.
And it's going to be Knoxville's first food hall. There's going to be 20 food vendors in there.
Oh, sweet.
It's a massive project. So we are going to have a cookie shop in there, spring, summer of 22.
There you go. So that is awesome for everybody to look forward to. Just I mean, aside from the cookie store, just tons of new eateries, and just that's awesome. Whenever new food places come, that just means more business and just more good times on the weekends, the holidays, all that good stuff.
One of my favorite projects we're working on right now with a company out of Australia is how can we do milk on tap. So at some point we'll be able to serve you a ½ pound warm cookie, and we'll be able to do a local milk on tap.
Oh my gosh! You see, innovation. This is why we love it. We love it. You get cold milk on tap. It's your big cookie. Just. What a world we live in. This is great. This is great. All right, this is Kathleen. Kathleen was just stopping in to grab a dozen donuts. She has been coming here for a long time. She went to elementary school across the street, and she said you could come here and get a dozen donuts, a day old dozen donuts for a quarter.
For a quarter, yeah. And I think the regular ones were 50 cents.
50 cents, a dozen donuts for a quarter. What does Richy Kreme mean to you, like after coming here for so long?
Well, I grew up with it.
Yep,
yeah.
So it's just a good piece of history, and you love to see it still here, right?
I do, yes.
And she's still buying her dozen donuts.
I was upset when it closed, but I was happy when it reopened.
Yep, yeah, Dustin's doing a great job, I think, in really bringing back the older feel and old tradition to it, so. All right.
I grew up with it.
Yep, well thank you so much. Enjoy your morning.
Thank you.
He's got bread. Like, they named their bread. Bread's name is Richard, right?
Richard.
Richard? Who named it Richard?
We named it kind of as a joke. It's our sourdough starter.
So when you have sourdough, now I learned this from Disneyland, because they have a bread place. You have like a little starter dough, right? Mm-hmm. And you got to keep passing that dough on to the next thing, right? Mm-hmm. So Richard is just passing himself.
Yeah. So we created Richard a couple weeks ago from flour and water, and then we feed him every 3 days, keep him alive, and then we use it to make bread.
Richard, man. Okay, we're gonna do quick. I'm gonna show you these cookies, right? So it's a ½ pound cookie. Mm-hmm. Do you know how big a ½ pound cookie is?
How big is it?
It's the size of 3 Oreos. That's a cookie.
Not even baked yet.
That's not even baked. Like, that puts a Pizookie and everything else, cookie cake. Like, look at that. You're doing good things here. You're doing good things here. All right, so that is it. That's Richy Kreme. So that's the big reveal for Babs. Like, she's working here. She's so happy, so excited for her. I mean, if y'all follow the channel, you know she took care of her brother. She took care of her brother. Was in a wheelchair for the past 16 years while the girls were growing up. It was a great opportunity because she got to be a stay-home mom, you know, and take care of them and take care of him at the same time. But now it's just with the girls moving on and doing their own thing and just teenagers, and now, you know, moving on and the next steps. Like, she just wanted to get out and do something and just, you know, serve a purpose and feel like she was giving back. And like, this opportunity came up to hop in with Dustin, and she's having a blast. Like, she's having a blast. It's so fun because she's so passionate, takes so much concern into it and making sure things are run right and go right. And I'm excited for her. I'm excited for her. I'm excited for Richy Kreme. I'm excited for Dustin. Like, big things are coming. Huge things are coming. It's just, I didn't get a donut. I didn't even get a donut. I went in there, took my coffee, and I didn't even get a donut. Let me go get a donut.